Hello guys, this is Garf here, and today we are back with yet another video. This is the first part of the fourth topic, ratio, proportion and percentage from the 2003 to the 2007 PSLE Mathematics past year paper series. So without further ado, let's get started. This square is divided into four parts, A, B, C and D. The ratio of area of A to area B is 2:3, and the ratio of area B to area C is 2:1. Find part A. Find the ratio of area A to area B to area C. So what we have to find is the ratio of, we are given the area of A is to B is 2:3, and the ratio of B is to C is 2:1. We need to find what is the ratio of A to B to C, right? Okay, so first let's express these two ratios as one ratio. We have A is to B. Now if you observe, B is common in both the ratios, so we have B is to C, right? For the first ratio we have 2:3 for A is to B, and for B is to C we have 2:1. Now since B is common in both ratios, we need to express the value of B as one single unit and not two different values. We have three for A to B we have 2:3, and for B is to C we have 2:1. So if we do some multiplication, we find that the lowest common multiple of B is 6, meaning that if we multiply the value of B, which is 3, by 2, we get 6, and if we multiply this 2 by 3, we also get 6. So we multiply the value of A by 2 and get 4. This 3 times 2 we get 6, and this 2 by 3. So if we multiply this value of 2 by 3, we must also multiply this value of 1 by 3. So we get 3, right? So the final ratio of A to B to C is 4:6:3, and the question is asking for the ratio of A to B to C. So that's our answer. Part B. Area D is 35 square centimeters. Find the length of one side of the square. Okay, so now we know the ratio of area A to area B to area C is 4:6:3, right? And based on the figure given, we know that this square is divided into two equal triangles, into two equal halves. The first half is this green region, and the second half is this yellow region, right? So if that is the case, then it follows that the total sum of areas of A plus B should equals to the total sum of areas of C plus D, because this square is being divided into two equal halves. The first half is on top, the second half is below. So the total sum of A plus B equals to the first half, and the total sum of C plus D equals to the second half, and both halves are equal in area. So now we have this, we can substitute the values of A, B and C. So we know that A is 4 units, B is 6 units, C is 3 units, and D, we have to find that. Actually I should use a different color. Plus D. D is what we need to find. So we have 10 units, because 4 plus 6 is 10, so 10 units is equal to 3 units plus D. So it follows that D is equals to 10 units minus 3 units, which gives us 7 units. So the area of D is 7 units. Now if I represent this in a model, it would be somewhat like this. A has, okay, A, B, C and D. A has 4 units, B has 6 units, C has 3 units, and D has 7 units. Right? The question states that area of D, which is 7 units, is 35 square centimeters. So it means this length equates to 35 square centimeters. Right? And this is 1 unit, 2 unit, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units equals to 35 square centimeters. B is 6 units and A is 4 units. Now the total sum of A plus B plus C plus D gives us the area of the whole square. Right? So now it follows that 7 units is 35 square centimeters. So 1 unit would be 35 square centimeters divided by 7, which gives us 5 square centimeters. And the total area of the whole square in units is A plus B plus C plus D, which gives us 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 7, which is 20 units. And if 1 unit is 5 square centimeters, then 20 units would be 20 times 5 square centimeters, which gives us 100 square centimeters. So the area of the whole square is 100 square centimeters. And we know that the only digit when multiplied by itself that gives 100 is 10, because 10 times 10 is 100. Right? If you see, 9 times 9 is 81, and 11 times 11 is 121. So 10 times 10 is 100. So if the area of the square is 100, and the property of a square is that all 4 sides are equal in length, then it follows that the length of one side of the square would be 10 centimeters. So that's the answer. If I just draw the square out, a small square over here, it's not perfectly, it doesn't look like a square, but just assume it to be one. This is 100 square centimeters. Then this side would be equal to this side, equal to this side, equal to this side. So this is 10 centimeters and this is 10 centimeters. So that's the length of one side of the square, 10 centimeters. Peter, James and Ruth had some stamps. James and Ruth together had 3 times the amount of stamps as Peter. The ratio of number of stamps James had to the number of stamps Ruth had was 3:7. Peter and Ruth had 310 stamps altogether. Find the number of stamps Peter had. Okay, so we know that the number of stamps James had plus the number of stamps Ruth had was 3 times the number of stamps Peter had. So if we represent this as a model, we have James plus Ruth and we have Peter. So James plus Ruth would be 3 units and Ruth would be 1 unit. And now the number of stamps James had to the ratio of stamps James had to the number of stamps Ruth had was 3:7. So the ratio of stamps James had to the ratio of number of stamps Ruth had was 3:7. And Peter and Ruth had 310 stamps altogether. So Peter plus Ruth had, actually let's address this later. Okay, so now James plus Ruth had 3 times the number of stamps Peter had, and James is to Ruth is 3:7. Now since we don't know the exact number of stamps James and Ruth had individually, we want to know the ratio. Let's assume that James had 3x stamps and Ruth had 7x stamps. So if we substitute this into the first equation we have over here, it follows that James, who had 3x stamps, plus Ruth, who had 7x stamps, gives us 10x stamps, which means that James plus Ruth have a total of 10x stamps. And now James plus Ruth have 3 times the number of stamps Peter has. So it means that 3 times Peter, or 3 times the number of stamps Peter has is equals to 10x. So the number of stamps Peter has is 10x divided by 3. Now the question states, okay, so now we know that James has 3x stamps, Ruth has 7x stamps, and Peter has 10x by 3 stamps. Now Peter and Ruth had 310 stamps altogether. So Peter plus Ruth had 310 stamps altogether. Peter has 10x by 3 stamps and Ruth has 7x stamps. This gives us 310. So if we simplify this as one single fraction, we get 10x plus 7x times 3 whole divided by 3 equals to 310. So 10x plus 21x over 3 equals to 310. So 31x by 3 is equals to 310. So what we get is 31 times x by 3 equals to 310. Because this 31 is in the numerator, and I can bring it down to simplify it as 31 times x by 3. So 31 times x by 3 stamps is equals to 310. So if we divide both sides by 31, we get x by 3 is equals to 310 divided by 31, which gives us 10 stamps. So the value of x by 3 is equals to 10. So if we cross multiply and bring this 3 up, we get x is equals to 10 times 3, which gives us 30 stamps, right? So we need to find how many stamps Peter had. Peter over here has 10x by 3 stamps. So if we substitute the value of x equals to 30 into the equation 10x by 3, rather into the value of 10x by 3, not the equation, what do we get? So 10x by 3 is 10 times 30 over 3. So we have 30 divided by 3 is 10, so this cancels out and we get 10 times 10, which equates to 100. So the number of stamps Peter had, 100 stamps altogether. So those were the two questions for this video. Again, like if I said in one of my previous videos, if you do have any doubts or any questions you want to ask, feel free to put them down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And other than that, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon if you want to be notified for any new video I post. And I have also created these playlists under my channel that are specific to each topic, so you might want to check them out as well. And like my main aim is to help as many people as possible, so please help me by sharing these videos to as many people as you can, so that a large number of people can benefit from them. Thank you.